Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Now you know what since we didn't done since the last decade? It's actually a commentary video, and today we are going to talk about something that I think the best thing I ever buy in the 2019 and that I'm gonna looking forward to it in the future on the 2020 and in the future. Basically I'm looking for this type of technology to evolve and I definitely gonna buy it. So starting with the first one, this one is I think I actually bought it at 2018 and when I bought it at 2018, it's actually a new piece of hardware. It just came out. So when it just came out, even now, if you just go on YouTube and search this kind of technology, the product I was saying, it's actually good review everywhere basically. So what I'm talking about right here is first one is actually a drone. This is a DJI Mavic 2 Zoom. It's actually, I consider the #1 filmmaking tool I ever had or I bought it. This one I have no regret. All my technology actually, when I bought it, I feel like, oh, this is so cool. I'm getting really excited at first time. Then after a while, I start kind of like getting tired of it. You know, like when you bought stuff, the first few days, you just kind of love it. But after that, you just kind of stop using it. This guy, every time I use it, give me surprise. I film a bunch of crazy drone cinematography and the drone stuff is a lot easier than the camera stuff. With this camera, it's really hard if you like from beginnings. It's gonna take about 2 years for most people to actually get comfortable with it, know how to use all the filmmaking gear. But this guy, usually you only need a month, then you can get some really pro level cinematography. This is the DJI Mavic 2 Zoom. I got a Zoom version. It's up the Hasselblad version, which give you a fat 1-inch sensor, give better dynamic range, better low light, better image quality. I bought this guy instead of the Mavic 2 because I feel like image quality, most people view image like this, not like that. So basically, if you don't take that microscope basically to compare everything, is majority are gonna be the same, except maybe low light. But even for the Hasselblad version, low light is still a thing. So you don't really expect anything from a small sensor like this, maybe compared to the EOS R full frame sensor I'm filming on right now. But I think I think the Zoom version is really crazy. Maybe if you just want that critical image quality, like you're just getting the best you can get, you can get the Hasselblad version. This guy also comes with D-Log, which is lock version, especially for drone shot. This camera, the color science is not as great, so you're probably gonna need a D-Log in order to get better quality. If you guys want to know what kind of LUTs I'm using, just leave a comment down below. I'm maybe gonna make another video talk about the LUTs I'm using. And this is the first piece of tech I am really glad I bought at 28. Also enjoy using at 2019. Yeah. So the second piece of tech is actually just came out in 2019. Actually, it just came out around August, and you guys probably listened this one when it just came out. It dominates the vlogging world. SwitchPod. This thing, when it just came out, it dominating the vlogging world. Before this thing is existing in the vlogging world, actually most people using one of these is a GorillaPod, which is actually pretty dynamic. Even though the SwitchPod came out, the GorillaPod still has their place. It's just different tools. But for vlogging, this guy is definitely the king. So the problem is the GorillaPod, whenever I go to vlogging mode like this, I'm going to place the camera. I need to shape this thing really hard. And if you don't shape it properly, it's gonna fall down, your camera crashing, your camera gear broke, everything goes wrong. This thing is also really hard to hold because it's not really, your grip can't really fully go around with it, and they kind of take a lot of space because of the ball head design. But it's this guy made with a piece of solid aluminum. It's not gonna fall. You place it on the ground, it's just on the ground. These legs connected together with the mat. So whenever you wanna go from vlogging mode down to the actually talking to camera mode, you just do it like this, and it's on, and you swipe it back, it's back. And this thing is definitely crazy, but this thing is a little bit pricey. It's $99 plus tax. It's gonna run you over $100. I bought this guy during the Black Friday. It's actually have $10 discount. I bought it. It's also plus tax, run me about $100, but it's definitely cheaper than normal. And I do recommend it, even though it's not Black Friday for the next year 2020 Black Friday yet. But I do recommend people getting one of this guy, and it's gonna upgrading your vlogging game if you're trying to looking vlogging grip plus tripod. And this guy is actually not, when it just itself is actually not perfect. You got a problem is you can't tilt it up or down because this guy just when you put it down it's just like this. And one of the problem we can fix it is you can actually getting one of the ball head from your GorillaPod, or you can just buy one off of Amazon. I'm pretty sure it's also a little bit pricey, but I think it's worth it, especially in long term if you want vlogging a lot, especially doing some photography. It's all gonna help. So here's the ball head. So this is a GorillaPod ball head, and when you mount it on top of it, and you can mount your camera on here. Oh god, so you can mount your camera up here, and you can move the ball head, the camera. But for this one particularly using is this one broke. Actually I lost the screw under it, so I can't remount it on there, but I will get a new one as soon as possible. So the third piece of tech, I got it. I'm super happy I got it in the 2019, especially upgrading my photography game and also videography game and vlogging YouTube game. It's actually this camera I'm filming right now. It's a Canon EOS R with this 16-35 f2.8 lens. And a lot of people might be asking, oh, that's too much for me, because this camera, the EOS R, if you don't know, is actually Canon's by far the top of the line mirrorless camera. It's gonna cost about 2 grand, and with this lens is 16-35 f2.8 Mark III. It's also gonna cost you about 2 grand. There are a new version for the RF lenses. It's gonna even be more expensive. It's gonna be better, but it's gonna be more expensive. You need this adapter for this EF lenses version, which is gonna run you about 5 grand plus tax. Especially I got a Ronin X together. It's about 5 grand for this whole setup. The image you guys seeing, the audio you guys listening right now, it's about 5 grand of setup. But I do think you don't really need crazy amount like this crazy tech, because I'm just saying, like, camera, yeah, it is a big part, but also about the lighting. Right now you guys see I didn't really use any lighting setup. I bought a light. It's gonna come out tomorrow, so you guys probably gonna see in the next video I'm filming, and that'll be a game changer also. But if you don't have good lighting, a good camera does gonna help you with your lighting arrow, your image quality. You can just bump up the ISO. This camera can bump it up to 25,600 ISO with still producing a usable image. And my older APS-C sensor is a Canon 7070. It's really close to a Canon 80D. That one has more noise in 6400 ISO than this guy in 25,600 ISO. So this camera is definitely a beast, but I don't really recommend this camera to most of the people, especially when beginning. But if you're thinking about maybe switching to a full frame camera and you have that much budget, you want to choose a Canon camera, this one does definitely the one. If you guys want to switch to a full frame camera, looking at maybe a cheaper or like maybe a more budget version, I'm recommending the Canon EOS RP or the 16 Mark II, or maybe you can look at Sony, like Sony a7 III. That's a really solid camera, can record 4K. This camera can record 4K, but I'm not really doing it right now because it does come in with that massive crop. You guys don't know what I'm talking about? I can make another video talk about this camera. And the fourth piece of tech in 2019 I bought is actually at the end of 2019, and I didn't really try with experience with too much because my leg is actually what causing my leg is broken. Boosted board. This is the Boosted Mini X. It actually came out a long time ago. So this one is actually a smaller version of it. I recommend you don't get this one because I know I got it after I realized the thing is this guy is with the extended battery, which you can carry on a plane, and it doesn't really compatible with the standard range battery, which it means that I can't take this guy to a plane. I can still mile it to somewhere if I decide to like moving away. But for travel, I can't take this guy. I'm recommending you guys getting the Boosted V2 with the dual motor, and you guys can choose the standard range battery, so which you guys can carry when you guys are traveling. Okay, that's it. That's the 5 piece of tech I love that I bought it at 2019, and I'm looking forward for these upgrades for this soft tech. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.